Hello, welcome to the second video of this mini-series about corporate level strategy. And now I'm going to talk about general competencies. Now, general competencies are basically competencies related to the management of the business. And they can help the business units within a company to perform a higher level than it could if operated as separate or independent companies. In other words, these competencies allow you to achieve a synergy, to allow you to make the businesses work better together. This results from the skills of the company's top managers. And there's different types here of competencies you can develop. Entrepreneurial capabilities, organizational design capabilities, strategic capabilities. Now, entrepreneurial capabilities are extremely important in my opinion in a business. I think they are the one that can generate the highest value for a company, but at the same time, they're the one that has the highest probability of failure. So these capabilities are required to take advantage of free cash flow that the company might have. And they can you can promote entrepreneurship inside the business in many different ways. For example, by encouraging managers to take risks and create new products, new services, or actually to try to explore new avenues that generate value. By giving managers the time and resources to pursue novel ideas, for example, or creating a policy that allows everyone to dedicate a couple of hours every week to, for example, developing their own projects like Google does. Not punishing managers when new ideas fail. This is extremely important. If you give the ability for managers to try to create some new ideas, then you have to accept the fact that many of them, actually the vast majority of them, will fail. And finally, make sure that the company's free cash flow is not wasted just in risky ventures that would generate low return on investment. I'm not saying go with every single idea that shows up, but rather select the ideas that should be developed based on their potential. Capabilities of organizational design, on the other hand, are slightly different. Here, we're talking about the ability of a manager to create structure, culture, and control systems that motivate and coordinate employees to perform at a higher level. And here, really, we're talking about the ability of managers to create a better working environment or to create a competitive working environment, for example. But at the end of the day, it's about how can you create a culture that allows individuals to perform at higher levels. Now, there's many different perspectives here, obviously. But in general, I would say that the objective here is really to make the productivity or the results go up. So major factors here that can affect, and basically this ability can affect and influence the company's entrepreneurial capabilities. So it's linked to the things I was just mentioning before. It can also determine the company's ability to create functional competencies. So competencies or competitive skills more related to functional areas. And finally, it also determines a diversified company's ability to profit from its multi-business model. In other words, can really help a conglomerate or a business that has many different business units, okay, a corporation on the other hand, to really emphasize or create more coordination between all the businesses, and at the same time to create a better ability to generate this profit. Superior strategic management capabilities, on the other hand, they are required to manage different business units and perform better than they would do if they were an independent company. So once again, here we're talking about synergies, but synergies on the sense of generating better strategic decisions. So here we also have the ability to create a diagnosis of the underlying source of the problems in a business that is not doing well, but also of analyzing in a business that is doing well the reason why it is doing well. Linked to these concepts, I want to talk as well about the concept of turnaround strategies, which is when managers of a diversified company identify inefficient and poorly managed companies in other industries. And this really has to do with, again, still linked to the strategic capabilities a company has. So by understanding that in different industries there are areas that are poorly managed, this might be an indication that there is a good business opportunity to expand the business into this industry. So what happens actually when you identify that a specific company is having problems and you need to improve the performance of the acquired company? Well, there's 5 different things that normally a team of managers can do. Number one is that the top managers of the acquired company can be replaced with a more aggressive team, for example, and this will allow that the aggressive team will expand the business much faster, for example, or take more risks. Number two is that the new top manager team might sell off expensive assets. So maybe the acquired company has assets that we believe that with the new reality of this business being belonging now to a new owner, those assets might not be any more necessary. So they might decide, for example, to sell them to raise capital and invest that capital in things that will generate more value. Number three, the new management team might work to advise new strategies to implement the performance, to improve the performance. So here we were talking about the management team might focus more on, all right, what are the points of inefficiency in this business right now and how can we fix them? Number four is to introduce a company-wide pay-for-performance bonus system, for example. So here, these tend to work very well because then people start to understand that, okay, I can make more money if my performance is better, for example, or if certain objectives are met. So this can be a great motivational tool, but not, let's say, only until a certain level. These kind of benefits only work in the beginning up until a certain point, and after that you need to have different motivational tools. But I will make in the future a video about that. And finally, you can also establish or establishing stretch goals for employees at all levels, which means basically that you would create a more goal-oriented system for the whole business that would allow everyone to know what is expected from them. Especially when a company is acquired, this is important because there's a lot of uncertainty in the air and a lot of people might feel scared. So as you can see, managers play a very important role in deciding many of the strategies, not little, but many of the strategies that go into business. Now, individually, they are easy to understand, but the problem is when we have to apply all of them together, right? So thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next video of this mini series.